Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel likes try anything so you don't have to. And in today's video, what we're going to do, we're going to change the battery on a CASIO W-214H, which has a module number of 3225. Now the battery that this watch requires, because I've had to open it just to find out, because I don't seem to find any real information about what battery these watches will take, is what is a button cell, which is a CR2016. Now just to be aware, because it did nearly catch me out, you need to take this off. I mean, obviously make sure that you don't keep your batteries around children or young children, because obviously it's going to be a harmful hazard if swallowed, so just bear that in mind. But that is the battery that I found. Now I managed to get two of these for about £2.75, and it will go into some other watches, so it is quite handy. And I located this on Amazon, or it can be got on Amazon, eBay, or any other kind of shops that are near you. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a selection of tools just behind me, a screwdriver which I got from B&M, which is in the a bricks and mortar store in the UK. I've got this from my little watch repair kit, which I've linked to below. Just a couple of safety pins, and obviously I've got this battery here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the case back off using the Phillips screwdriver, and then make sure just I've got the gasket, or remove the gasket just so I don't lose it. Just obviously check the quality of the gasket, change the battery, and then reset it, and then that'll be it really. So the first thing to do is just to get the case back off, so it's easily done. Now what I'm going to do is make sure, now I'm not doing this on a proper flat surface, which I'm sure hopefully you will be doing if you do need to use this. And also I just need to preface this video in saying I'm not a watch repairer or a jeweler. I'm just someone who enjoys fixing watches in my spare time or as a hobby. So what I'm going to do is just undo these screws here. Now that should be the last one, and then obviously depending on how you take the screws off, the case will just come off here, exposing what will be the module on the inside. Now as you can see, there's the case back. It's just like this, and there's the module inside. A little bit grubby, but that's obviously because it's been worn, and I'm just a bit reluctant to give it a clean with anything other than something dry, because I don't want to get any moisture in the module. I'm just going to just get the gasket off so I don't wreck it in any way. Easily said than done. Yeah, there you go, there it comes off. That just helps the water resistance of this watch. So I'll just pop it to the side there, because I don't want to get it damaged. Now what you can see is obviously the covering on the battery here. Now either you can take it off, which is what I've done in the past, or you can try and just remove the battery. Now for this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take that off just for now, and just pop it to the side. Just keep very carefully. Now it's a little less stickier than before, because I have tried this before just to make sure that I know what I'm doing when I'm doing this. Now as you can see, it's the one that's currently in there is a Panasonic 2016, which is obviously dead, and I want to replace it with the one that I've got here, which is a Duracell. Now what you need to do is just get a very sharp, or very sharp safety pin, and you just need to push this in here. Now it's not there, just unclip it like that. So what I just did, I just pushed that little metal bar aside, and don't do it too forcefully or too heavy-handed, because obviously you may break the rest of the module or the clip retainer for the battery. So let me just take the battery out. Now I'm just using a pair of plastic tweezers just to help me tease that out. And there you go. And what you'll see is that obviously that's where the battery resides, and that's just sits underneath the battery. That will come out if you're not careful, so just be aware of that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that bit of paper off there, and I'll do that off camera, spare you the boredom of me trying to do it. Right, there you go, there's the actual protective covering off the bottom of the battery just taken off there, and obviously just it's like a just little warning hazard. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it back on the I'm going to pop it in the watch, and then clip it down, and then hopefully that should be it working. So just do it very nicely, just do it very carefully as well, because obviously it's very easy to damage these sort of watches. Again, I have done it in the past, so that's why I'm just being a bit uber careful with it. And then I'm going to push down the clip, and there you go, it's clipped in. And then what I'm going to do is pop this protective cover back on, just to make sure it's in place, just loosely. And then I'll probably use my fingers or thumb just to tease it back on the cover just to make sure, and also just to make sure I don't damage any springs or anything, because I believe the springs aid the alarm working and stuff like that. I think it helps the battery work, it helps the speaker or whatever module features work better. So there you go, that's it on. So I'm just going to quickly turn it around just to make sure it's working. And there you go, it's working. Right, now what you need to do, as it's mentioned there, after you've replaced the battery, you've got to clear the module by using tweezers. Now what you need to do is pop a tweezer there and a tweezer there. Now unfortunately, for the life of me, I cannot find any tweezers where I'm filming this, or metal tweezers. I've only got plastic ones. So what I'm going to do is use a pair of little just thin scissors, and I'm just going to reset the module. So obviously we're at 34 seconds. So if I just press that in just lightly, it should reset the module. Now I've done this off camera already, just because I wasn't sure if this would do the trick. There you go, it's reset the module. I would imagine it's as long as there's any kind of metal elements touching each other, that'll what it'll do, it'll short the module. But as I say, I use tweezers instead of scissors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the gasket, as you can see on there. Make sure that's in place. I mean, you don't really need to remove the gasket if you have got it on a flat surface. I'm only just doing it just so I don't lose it, just in case it drops off. And then once that operation's done and that's in place and everything's secured, what you need to do is pop the case back on, which I'm just locating here, and make sure it's the right way, and make sure it doesn't move the gasket or anything, because obviously the gasket's used to help with the water resistance of this watch. So all the holes line up, and what I'm going to do is going to pop a screw in. And that's it, it's all on and it's all working. And just obviously go through all the modes just to make sure everything's working, and then change the time, so obviously it suits whatever time is local to you. And that's how you change, or that's how I've changed the battery on this watch. Again, as I say, the only any kind of things I would say is to prepare you for is make sure you've got metal tweezers. I mean, I've only used these just for the purposes on this video, but just make sure you get metal tweezers just to reset the module on this watch. It uses a battery which is a CR2016, and if you, as I say, I am not really a watch repairer or a jeweler, but I just hope this guide has helped you in some small way into hopefully changing the battery on this watch. So if you did like this video and it was of some help, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see any more videos from the We Try Anything channel, then click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.